Hi, I'm Steph, and this is Betty. On May 11th, 2022, I discovered a nest built in my outdoor umbrella. A friend of mine was in town and she asked if there was any eggs in it, so I got on a ladder to look, and in fact, there was some eggs. We got really excited, I took a picture, and we tried to figure out what kind of bird it was, and my friend discovered that it was a cardinal. So right away, I knew I couldn't move the nest, and the trouble was this umbrella sometimes will blow over when it's pretty windy outside, so I also had to figure out a way to make sure that the umbrella did not fall during the process of the nest being in this umbrella. And I happened to have an extra outdoor camera, so I attached that to the umbrella so I could watch the progress of the eggs hatching. During this time, I happened to be rewatching the Ugly Betty TV series, so that is why our mama cardinal got the name Betty. I had so much fun watching Betty over these few days before the babies hatched, and it was really cool to go back and watch the footage. The camera will record 12-second clips at a time when there's motion, so I got some good action shots, but some of these aren't as long as I'd like them to be because it's only 12 seconds, but I got more than I would if I didn't have the camera, so I was pretty happy about that. Betty did this a lot during the day, and I think this is her defense mode, like stay away from my babies. I'm not sure, but let me know if you know what this is in the comments. And Betty would leave and she would go get food, and then she would come and get right back into the nest and warm up those babies. And it was really cool because sometimes she would turn the babies because, got to get all the sides. And then she does that like scoot in, which is just so adorable. And this was our first time seeing the dad, which we named Bobby, and he fed Betty here, and that was oh so cute. During this time, I did some research on cardinals because I didn't really know a lot about them, although cardinals are pretty much everywhere here in North Florida. But the female cardinals have an orange beak and they're brown in color, and then the male cardinals are the red color that you're probably used to seeing. I also learned that the males are in charge of protecting the female and the nest, and they will become very territorial and they will actually dive bomb any intruders. But this is where I learned that a nickname for cardinals is Angry Bird because they do this, and there's a whole game based on that. I had no idea. And the babies are born! 2 babies were born on May 22nd. It was a Sunday night, and I don't really have footage of it because it was at nighttime, so it was kind of didn't get really good footage. But the next day, on the 23rd, I got to start seeing the babies, and I actually got on a ladder to take one quick picture every day of the baby's life because they grew really fast. And so it was so cute to see Betty and Bobby fed the babies so much. The first few days, they were just feeding them constantly, and it was just so cute to see their little heads pop up, and then to see mommy and daddy feeding them. It was adorable. And when they open their beaks up, they make no noise. That was interesting. I did not know that. I was hearing bird noises outside, but it was not them because they would open their beak when I would take a picture sometimes, and I didn't hear any noise from them. And the babies hatched 12 days after I discovered the nest. Of course, I don't know if the eggs were in the nest before that or how long that was, but it was 12 days from the time that I was aware that they were there. And if you look closely at their faces, you'll see that they don't have any eyes showing because they're actually born blind, and a couple days after, their eyes will open up so they'll be able to start seeing the world. And this is the second day of the birds' lives, and I actually named the baby birds Bibbidi and Boo. So the family's name is Betty, Bibbidi, Bobbidi, Boo. And if you know me, I like matching names. I named my dogs Mac and Tosh after the computer, so it makes sense that I went with a silly matching name. Okay, fair warning, this next part's gonna be a little bit gross, but I also thought it was really interesting. So watch Boo, who is on the right side. Boo just turned over, and you'll see Boo pooped, and Bobby just ate it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I had to show it. I'm sorry, I had to show it. Day 3 of Bibbidi and Boo's life. And I'm sorry, but I had to show it again. So you can see Betty also will eat what comes out of the birds. Day 4 of Bibbidi and Boo's life. And again, those parents do such a good job feeding the little birdies. Really cute. They tag team it. They both feed them together. Bobby off to get more food. And you can start to see how tall they've gotten in the nest. And if you look closely, you'll see Boo, well actually both of them, you'll see Bibbidi and Boo's eyes are starting to open. So they're starting to be able to see, which is so cool. And this is day 5 of their life. And this is when I first saw them open their mouth in front of me and no noise came out. And then I also caught Bobby getting some food, and so he was getting a caterpillar. I think he got it from tall trees and then brought it down here. And he's just collecting it. He's going to take it to Bibbidi and Boo. And I don't know what food item this is, but Betty took some care to make sure that it got right down the throats of those babies. So that was pretty cool to kind of see that. And it's so funny to see when they hear their parent coming up, they just pop their heads right up and they're ready to eat. Day 6, you can definitely see the eyes are open and you're starting to get some of the feathers coming in. They're in some kind of they're encased in something, and then they will sprout soon after that. I always got a little bit close-up footage around 11 every day, but during the day they change so much in just one day. It's really cool to see. In day 7, they're looking even more like little birds. And their heads are just getting so tall out of that nest. And I feel like they did a great job at feeding the babies equally. They were getting big, and so Betty was not able to sit on them as much as she was before. You can see when she is trying to sit on them, they're moving. So that's Betty looks a little mad right there, but you know, she's a trooper. In day 8, their feathers came in, and you can see this is when Betty had to start really kind of getting on top of them so they wouldn't accidentally fall out of the nest. So you can see she's really holding them down, because I think this is at the stage where they think they can fly, but they can't. But look, they look so much like little birds. And I love Betty just looking at them, just being the best mama, cleaning them up, taking care of them. It's so cool to see. In day 9, look at these little birds. And this is day 10, June 1st, 2022. Now on this day, I actually left early in the morning and didn't get back till about midday. And so I actually thought, after reading, I thought I had plenty of time for them to practice flying, and then they'd come back and all those kind of things. But on this day, they started to just try to fly, and I don't unfortunately have footage of them actually flying away, but you can see here that they are flapping their wings, they're working on it. And then you can see Bibbidi was able to fly and is on part of the umbrella, so all we have left is Boo. And so Boo is so trying and working on flying, and there. Come on, Boo, you can do it. You can do it. And I think he did it, because when I got home, this is what I found, which is what Bobby just found, an empty nest. And I'm not gonna lie, but I was a little sad. I was pretty sad that they were gone. So here is a little graphic of each day. So this is basically when they were eggs to the last day that I saw them in the nest. Now, I was pretty sad that they were gone, although I was excited that they survived and they had such a good parent situation. But I heard that I could maybe put out some bird seed and I'd be able to see them again. So I went and quickly bought some bird seed. I didn't have any kind of holder for it, so I just put it on a plate. And I was so happy because Bobby and Betty came back. I was so cool. It was so cool to see them. But I did not see the babies. And I did set up a camera here. And that's when I discovered that freaking squirrels got into it, which is not surprising, but was not cool. And then at night, I saw that a rat, I'm going to call him Ratatouille, got into it, and that was pretty gross. So I quickly tried to figure out a solution that only birds could get into and not other creatures. And so that's when I put up a mason jar and with a kind of a cool lid that hangs, and then I was only getting birds in it. So that was very cool. So there was a couple bobbies that came by. And there was a couple other types of birds that have been coming by. And this morning, I actually saw the babies from afar. And so I saw Betty, Bibbidi, Bobbidi, and Boo together. And it was just so cool. I have now stopped recording the bird feeder, but it's been so cool to watch this and observe. And I can't wait till next spring when hopefully Betty and Bobby come back and we have some more Bibbidis and Boos. And if you want to know how I made this bird feeder, because it's really, really easy, I am going to make a DIY video on my YouTube channel called Mother Daughter Projects DIY, and I'll put a link to that below. So thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great day.